Hey everybody, my name's Rich. I'm a Fios customer here in New York. I wanted to create this video to expand on a problem with Fios. I truly believe that they're not only filtering your Netflix, but a heck of a lot more. And basically, I just wanted to try to prove that today, hopefully with this video. So right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a speed test, and a regular old speed test using my Fios connection. And what I pay for is 75 megs down, 75 megs up. And as you can see, I actually get a little more than what I'm paying for. So I have a great connection from here to New York City, it looks like. And from what I've been told by a Verizon salesman, the reason we get more than what I'm paying for is because I also have TV service. He says in case you order pay-per-view, that actually uses the internet. So therefore they don't want to interrupt your normal internet service, from what I've been told. So as you can see, I have a great connection to the internet, at least here in the East Coast. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to my VPN server in New York City, just like a lot of people do to improve their Netflix traffic. And I apologize ahead of time. I'm blinking this part out so you don't, obviously see my IP address for my VPN or anything. Okay, it looks like I'm fully connected, so we're going to go ahead and refresh this page. Okay, so obviously my test server geography here on the map has changed to New York City area, since that's where my VPS is. And miraculously in New Jersey, that's where the test server for Comcast is. So we're going to run the same test again. And as you can see, I'm only getting a 15 meg pipe down, and I guarantee I'll probably get a 15, maybe 17 up. And a lot of you are probably thinking right now, well, actually, that's pretty good for a VPN. Well, not for a Fios customer. You should not be getting a 15 meg connection to a New York City data center. That's just insane. And that's exactly what it looks like I'm going to be getting. It looks like I'm going to get a little more on the upload. Okay, so we can averagely say that it's a 15-15. I can assure you that I have a 75 meg connection here, and the New Jersey data center I rent from has a gigabit port on it. And again, a lot of you are saying, Rich, I do not see the problem here. What is your problem? This isn't really proof. Alright, so now I'm going to tell, this might be too nerdy for a lot of people, I apologize, but Verizon is using what a lot of other countries are using to filter their internet. It's a technology called deep packet inspection. And what that basically does is look inside your packets that you're sending across the internet and go, oh, that's not a website, that's a VPN. There's a policy that we have in place, let's slow it down. And then when it looks into other packets and goes, oh, this is just a website speed test. Use your full pipe, you're allowed to. They're basically being gatekeepers, and it's quite ridiculous. So again, let me prove to you that they're being gatekeepers. We're going to incorporate an extra layer of security to the VPN. I call it DRI protection, but I'm sure there's something more something better you could call it. But what basically I'm adding is an extra layer of security to the VPN. So when their DIR server scans my packet, it thinks it's a regular website over a secure connection, which is usually TCP port 443. Stay with me on this one. Basically, it prevents the scanner from telling it's a VPN, and again, it thinks it's just a normal HTTPS website. So let's incorporate that layer of security. Now, from what I've been taught about VPNs, usually when you add more encryption onto a VPN, it actually degrades the connection even more. But I will let you be the judge of what happens after this next speed test. And again, I apologize for blanking out the screen. And once more, I'd like to point out that this is the same VPN. We're just adding security to it. It's the same server in New York City, and it's the same speed test server we're going to be testing with now. And we're almost connected here to the VPN. Now, I guess without showing you the physical VPN IP, I couldn't prove to you that this is the same server, but I assure you, it is the same server. So we're going to try that Comcast test server one more time. What a difference, right? Now I'm not, it seems that now that I'm adding that extra layer of security, they can't scan my packet, and I've actually tricked them into thinking I'm a regular website. So it somehow lets me send, or receive it, for that matter, at my full pipe. Again, this is the same VPN connection I was using about a minute ago. It seems the upload is always taxing. I've never been able to use my, only on certain websites. Most of the websites I go to don't have peering agreements with Verizon. Okay, so if you want, we can, well, you know what? Instead of testing this, because I know these are the same results I've been getting for the past 5 days, let's actually go back and turn off the DRI protection and see what happens. Obviously, most people are going to think, oh, it's going to be scrutinized again to 1515, and you are correct. Unless my tests for the past 5 days have been wrong. Okay, we're connected. And again, we're going to try that Comcast server. Oops. Come on, Rich. Now, as this finishes, let me point out that I have tried 6 different VPS providers from 6 different backbones. And the good peers that have good connections with Fios still get this 1515. So it took me about 3 weeks to figure out why I was getting limited. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. There's too many providers with the same issue. And this is why. Because we are being filtered. And if some IT guy can collaborate with me and basically figure out, hey, this isn't actually what's going on, it's this, this, and that, prove to me otherwise. But at this point, I think it's pretty clear that it's being filtered. And it's ridiculous. I pay for a certain amount of service. You are not my gatekeeper. I'm getting a little too upset about it. But here's the results, and hopefully I've given somebody some good information.